On this episode, we're putting each other on the spot with a game of Disney Truth or Dare Park Edition, featuring hot takes and tough park decisions. Today's April 17th, 2026, and this is episode 864 of the Main Street Magic Podcast.
Jeremy and Rhonda are more than a little fond of Disney World, so they made this podcast to share it all with you. Reports and resorts, top 10 lists of all sorts, Main Street Magic's bringing it home for you.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Main Street Magic. I'm your host, Jeremy Stein, and as always, I'm joined by my lovely wife, Rhonda.
Hey guys!
If you want to be part of the community and join the conversation, get the latest theme park news, as well as live streams from the parks and resorts, head to Facebook and search for the Main Street Magic community and ask to join.
Make sure you check us out on the web at mainstmagic.com, as well as follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at mainstmagic, and on TikTok at MSM Podcast.
Planning a trip to Disneyland or Walt Disney World can be overwhelming and at times just downright frustrating. But don't worry, because Mouse Dining removes the frustration of booking Disney dining reservations, alerting you when they spot availability for your desired restaurant, date, meal, and time. Visit msmfriends.com to use this free service.
And don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you can get brand new episodes every Tuesday and Friday.
Are you ready for your bucket list trip? Our trusted partner, MEI Travel, will handle the planning so you can focus on the memories. They offer free vacation planning services and have nearly 20 years of experience creating memorable vacations. Visit mainstmagic.com/travel for a fee-free, no-obligation quote today.
So apparently we are doing something we have never done before.
Yeah, I came up with something.
And yeah,
Are you excited?
Now I think I'm a little nervous now seeing what you have in front of you and what you've just been doing.
Well, so I came up with an idea. We're going to play Truth or Dare.
Okay.
Right? But Disney edition. And this will become a series. Today is going to be about the parks. So then we can end up doing a series about resorts. We can do food, whatever, wherever our minds take us.
Okay.
So here's what this means.
And if everybody likes this.
If everybody likes it. Yeah, if you don't like it, then just let us know. We'll never do one again. And then we'll burn this one. So the truth questions will be kind of like honest takes or hot takes type of questions.
Okay.
And then the dares are going to be a tough choice. Almost a would you rather type of scenario.
Okay, so
right?
I'm not going to have to go get up and go do stuff.
No, there's nothing where you have to do anything.
Eat anything
insane.
or drink
No.
anything.
I only have one box of live scorpions.
Ew.
So just hopefully that one doesn't come up. But here's what we have. We have two hats, right? We have a dare hat and we have a truth hat. And they are filled with a bunch of random truths or dares.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to go 10 rounds back and forth.
Okay.
Right? And you'll pick a truth or a dare. You'll select from the hat, and then you got to answer it.
Okay.
Right? To the best of your ability and knowledge and honest and all that good stuff.
Okay.
Okay? So, that's pretty much it. Yeah, you got to, and you just got to answer. You can't just say, like, I don't want to, or I don't know, or whatever it may be. So, you got to do it. So, we'll do 10 rounds total. You'll go, I'll go, you'll go, I'll go. So, Rhonda, and we'll try and switch it up. You know, don't just pick truth every time. You got to do some dares. And then if the scorpions come up, they come up. I don't know what to tell you, man. All right. Would you like to go for the first round, truth or dare?
I think I'll start with the truth.
All right. So, randomly pick one from the hat, hand it to me. I will read it to you, and then we'll go from there. All right. So, Rhonda's first truth is, who is better at planning a Disney day and why? That would be between the two. There are some that are specifically you and I questions, and then some are just random ones. So who is better
at planning a Disney day
and why? Go, Rhonda.
You.
Okay, why?
Because you have all the knowledge.
So do you.
Yeah, but because of you. And you're just much more of a planner, period. You always have been.
Yeah.
I think I have always been much more of go with the flow. So
is that how your vacations were growing up? Like how, when you was one of your parents like,
yeah,
like I know where my super planning comes from.
And that is
both of them pretty equally.
I started to say,
my dad,
your dad?
my dad was, we always joked when my dad, when we went to Disney, because all we ever saw was the back of my dad.
Oh, yeah.
Because he was always 10 steps ahead, heading to the next thing. He was, he knew where to go.
Right.
Now, this is 30 years ago, so
Yeah.
it was very different. But I don't know how much planning was involved as much as it was just, hey, we got to get to the next thing.
Right.
But how was yours then? What were your...
Oh, I would just go with the flow because it was my parents. Specifically, I would assume my mom because she was a stay-at-home mom.
Right. Like when you guys went across country and camped and all that, that was something, though, that I assume was planned out.
Correct.
The best it could be ahead of time.
Absolutely.
Again, you would have been, highlighting paper maps and all. But, but do you think that was probably your mom that was doing...
Probably most of it, but then like making reservations and stuff, but both of them together probably for sure. But yeah, I just have always been that type that's always
go with the flow.
Like, I mean, I feel like even in college when I'd go up to see my friends, I was like, whatever. Yeah. Like, I'm just whatever. I don't care. I mean, that's even down to like my work environment, my coworker that owns a salon, she never feels scared to tell me with something going on because I'm like, okay, whatever.
You are very go with the flow.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm more go with the flow than I used to be. I mean,
100%.
Like every trip isn't detailed down to the moment.
No, and speaking of that, I mean, I would never say I plan a better day by any means, but it has been neat where I've actually gotten some really good, decent sleep on a trip, and we might literally have nothing planned, and I wake up and I'm like, hey, you want to go to have coffee over at Animal Kingdom or whatever, and you're like, what?
I love those.
So, or I'm like, hey, before we go home, why don't we do this or whatever.
Yeah,
but that's just, again, me waking up in the moment thinking like, it's not like,
it's still not planning.
I never plan anything else out. And then if I do, like, it's fine to plan things out. And I'm fine with planning it out.
Right.
Sometimes you have to, like Rita's birthday. Like I was like, oh, we're so busy. I have to get this. I'm like, look at the calendar. I'm like, okay, well, I'm off this day. Let's make it. So
yeah. We'll give you a Disney day to plan sometime. All right.
I don't know that I'd want that.
I'm going to go with the dare, I think. So I'll pick out a random dare, give it to you, and you get to read it to me. And then you can just throw it in the garbage because we're not going to reuse these.
Okay. Each one of you picks one ride. The other must rope drop. What are you choosing for them?
Okay. So I got to pick a ride for you to rope drop. So I want to make that easy on you.
Oh, that would be nice.
I think the system, at least the last time we've done it a couple times for Cosmic Rewind, is done very, very well.
Yes, it is.
From the time you get to the park with early entry, and I'm thinking you'd be staying on property.
Remember the 15-minute though. Mm-hmm. Don't be there at 8:30.
Right.
Be there like 8.
Yeah, you're actually better off showing
40,
up at like 8:35, 8:45, something like that. They're going to lead you over to that area, and you're going to head straight to Cosmic. So yeah, I want something that's probably easier for you because when I think about some of the other parks and the ones you'd want to rope drop,
can you pick? If you pick Cosmic, can you also pick the song for me?
Yes, I can, and I will pick Iran. Just because I like. No, one way or another, Rhonda's rope dropping Cosmic Rewind. I think is what I would go with.
Okay.
I do think it's the simplest. That'd be an interesting episode we could do. Is over the course of a trip or two or whatever, is rope drop, stand by the 4 major attractions, one in each park. And then give our opinion on which is the best, which one runs the best, which one is the most successful. I really like the rope dropping at Epcot. Now we haven't rope drop for rides Magic Kingdom in some time.
Yeah,
I know a lot of these now like that. They open up Tron. I mean, Seven Dwarfs is the other top attraction you would say based on Lightning Lane Single Pass. But
what about Thunder Mountain? When is that open? Soon,
May 3rd.
Yeah.
So that'll be an interesting one. Is to see what that looks like. But I'm thinking of the top 4, Tron, you'd look at Epcot and doing Cosmic, you'd go over to Hollywood and you'd be doing Rise, and then Animal Kingdom doing Pandora, Flight of Passage. Yeah, I really like the way that Epcot. I think Epcot runs well, especially if you go, all right, I want to rope drop Soarin' and Living with the Land. You know, the way that they
we did that,
push you in that area and the way
Yeah.
that you get to collect. Like, I just think Epcot does a really good job of it. But I would pick Cosmic Rewind for you because I think it would be the easiest to do.
Okay.
And it is the quickest I feel like you can probably get on a ride without feeling like you have to get there an hour before park open or any of that craziness. So
Right.
back to you, Rhonda. Truth or dare?
Well, I did truth, right? So
Yeah.
I'll do dare.
You want to
now.
do dare? Okay.
I'll switch it up.
At some point, we're just going to forget what we did last, and then we'll just go. All right. So Rhonda is going with her dare. All right, Rhonda. Park hop every day. So every time you go to a park, you have to park hop.
Okay.
Or only do one park a day.
Park hop.
Forever.
Park hop.
Park hop. So
Yeah.
You'd have, but then again, you have to.
That's fine.
Okay.
Because I think if it like for example, it depends if I'm staying on property, which hopefully I am. So like if I'm at Magic Kingdom, I'm just going to monorail over to Epcot and then I can get off at Epcot and get me some caramel coochie and then leave and get on a bus to my resort or something like that. Like I feel like it's so easy. I mean, because it's not saying you have to park hop like at a certain time.
True.
So like
you just have to park.
You just have to
once,
park hop at
every
least
time you
once. Again, that I feel like it's super easy. And
Can you-
would be.
Can you imagine that? Like if that was a thing, like in Disney had to hold you to the rules. Like
Yeah.
you're somewhere and all of a sudden it's like 6 p.m. and you're at Epcot and a cast member comes up and is like, "Excuse me, you got to leave. You got to go to another park now." You know, like it just.
But if it's okay, sure. If some things are closing sooner.
Yeah.
But what if it's Magic Kingdom staying open till midnight?
Oh, it'd be amazing. You would
So.
hop right on over to Magic Kingdom at that point. Yeah, I think you get too stuck if you can only do one per day.
I just started to say if we did one per day, I feel like that would be harder because then what if I did want to go over somewhere or you've
Right.
got Epcot, that's a festival, and you're like, hey, let's start at Magic Kingdom and have coffee and then let's go over to Epcot and have some lunch. And then, let's say it's slower and you're like, ooh, let's go over to Hollywood Studios. I don't know.
Right now we're in our park hop era.
Yeah.
Like it's rare outside of like the last Thursday when we went down just for the day to Magic Kingdom to do lunch, come home.
But we almost did stuff.
Oh, we almost went somewhere else.
Yeah.
It is rare that we only attend one park in any given day.
Yeah.
We hop all the time now. And
Yeah.
we used to not.
Yeah.
It used to be we were stuck more to one park. All right. Well, I'll go ahead and do truth. And then after this, just pick what you want because I do want to switch them up. But yeah,
I am switching them up.
No, that's what I said. I know,
Oh.
but I'm saying we don't have to go back and forth. Everyone, this is a lot of papers. It looks like paper hair,
It
like
does.
straw hair you'd put on a what are those things? Scarecrows. Yeah.
Okay. Which park has the worst layout or flow?
Oh, I would have to say Hollywood Studios. And it is better.
Okay.
It is better now with the way that you can. I like hubs. And I
Okay.
like circles. Right? It's like a circle. I like circles. You know what? I'm trying to think between Epcot and Hollywood because Magic Kingdom, obviously you have the hub, you can go off any way, or
Right.
you can start and circle your way around the park,
Okay.
right?
But can't you do that at Epcot?
You can, except you got to kind of go off a little bit to the land, right? And
Okay.
come back in. I know you can cut over by Figment, but then you're missing Communicore Hall. I think Hollywood mostly because of Sunset Boulevard.
Okay.
Because it's a dead end. It's really the only area that has that true dead end.
That's true.
There's one way
That's
in,
true.
there's one way out. Now, if they
Okay.
ever open up behind and we see where you're going to have an opportunity to go out the back of where Villains Show currently is,
Right.
and they build something back there that connects you to Toy Story Land, I think it's going to flow better. And as far as we
Do you
know,
think they will?
I don't know. I mean, we'll see if they did something Pixar back there. But, with Monstropolis area coming, that could, I don't know if that's going to force another dead end. Or is that going to have an opportunity to connect somewhere else and get, like, I have a feeling that's going to be another kind of dead end. So you got one way down Sunset Boulevard to do Tower and Rockin' and the Villain Show, and one way back out. Right? You have to double back. It feels like wasted time.
Okay.
Same thing could be for Monstropolis.
Okay.
You got to go all the way in, down to the Hanging Door Coaster, and then you're going to have to come all the way back out, for the most part, through the same entrance.
Okay.
So I just don't think it flows as well. Everything else, even Epcot, at least has a flow. There's one way, there's multiple ways, I should say, into the land. Now, normally you might veer off right from Spaceship Earth, past Moana, hit the seas, all of that. But you can exit back out through where Figment and all is to start to head towards World Showcase.
Right.
Same on the other side with Mission Space and Test Track and Cosmic. So, yeah, I think Hollywood still is the one that's a little weird to get around. And now we're going to have this Animation Academy that's opening that will basically have one area that's going to have one entrance and exit. So it has a lot of spokes coming from that main hub where the Chinese theater is without circling around.
Right.
So that's the one I'd have to go with. All right. Next, Truth or Dare. You can pick
I'll
whatever
do a
you
dare
want.
again.
You'll pick Dare again? All right. Select from the hat and the straw hair. And Rhonda, your Dare question. You must skip Rope Drop or nighttime shows forever. You got to pick one.
Rope Drop.
You would skip Rope Drop?
Yeah, I like to sleep in.
Yeah.
So
okay,
I would skip Rope Drop because nighttime shows, man.
That means you could never see Happily Ever After.
I just started to say that's crazy to me.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the only one I would care about, but I think
I was gonna say,
there's something
it could say nighttime
cool.
show. It doesn't even have to say shows.
But
it could just say Happily Ever After, and you'd be like, yeah, I'm skipping Rope Drop forever.
But I do think there is something super cool, not about staying for the show, but I will say when you are over in like the dead of like maybe getting some caramel coochie, and it is starting to turn off the lights and the show starts. I think there is something super cool about walking out of Epcot like that.
We don't even stop and watch.
We don't.
But you're right.
But it's
walking
so cool.
out is incredible.
It's so cool.
Yeah.
That is something that I absolutely have realized, and this is just more recently. I love that. We have, with Blue October, we were trying, seeing everyone and leaving at those times.
Yeah.
It was just really cool. And I think that's when, I'm watching my Magic Band go off. I think that's when I realized I love Epcot leaving at night when the show is starting.
Yeah.
Because I have no desire to watch it. But the fire around the entire lagoon, then yes, some fireworks. You don't have to watch it. Like, it's just super cool. So I would miss that. That's something I could see like, oh, let's go get a few snacks at Epcot before and then just walk out.
Yeah.
Like walk out when it's closed.
And for us, there's a big difference between rope dropping and getting there when the park opens, right? Like in my mind, when somebody says rope drop, it's to do something specific at park opening.
Correct.
We're there a lot of times now when the park is opening.
Yeah.
But we're not rope dropping. Like, we're not rushing to a ride.
Right. I think.
Or anything like that. We just happen to be there at 8:58 a.m. when the regular park opening for Magic Kingdom is 9. You know what I mean? And so technically we're rope dropping, but we're not because we're just showing up.
But I think of actually rope dropping as not something specific, but getting up that early.
Mm-hmm.
Like, let's say it opens at 8 or 8:30.
Yeah, I mean, let's say 8:30 early entry,
8:30
9 o'clock for a regular park opening.
So I'm thinking that's me getting up at 7 a.m. to start getting ready, because then you're like, well, we probably want to leave the room by 7:30,
right?
Because then we want to get to the bus because it starts running an hour before, so it starts running at 7:30. So then we get to the bus at 7:35, whatever, and we get on it, and then we're there, and I'm like, oh God. So,
but what I'm saying is the only way that you put that timeline in front of you is for a reason.
Correct.
When you get there.
Correct.
Right? And you may show up at 8:15, right, for the 8:30 entry.
Right.
Or 8 o'clock. And you say, we're going straight to Tron. That's rope dropping.
Right.
At the same time, we have gotten up at just say 7:45.
Oh,
we've
on
thrown
our
on
own.
some stuff. We've been ready, and we still get there at 8:15.
Correct.
But we just mosey on in. We're not there for a reason.
But
So
exactly.
I think it's the difference between rope dropping and getting there at
Right.
park opening are two very different things.
100%.
Rope dropping has a purpose.
Right. Because again, I'm not setting an alarm, trying to get up, trying to, it just happens
It just
to be,
happens
I wake
that
up
way. Yeah.
and then, I mean, there's a lot of times where I'm like, what time does this park open? And you're like,
Now.
not right. yeah, now.
Like,
and I'm
it's
like,
right now.
oh,
We're here. Yeah.
okay, cool.
Yep.
So,
and it's the point where you don't care in the sense like, you're I think of recently, you're stepping off the bus. If you're rope dropping and you're stepping off the bus and you see the ferry boat coming, you double time.
Right.
Because you have a reason to get ahead of
Right.
those people.
right.
If you just happen to be there when the park's opening, you see those people and you're like, oh, well, we're just going to go in and walk
Yeah.
around the Emporium. Who cares? Like, we don't
or
need
I want to
like,
go ride
rush.
Haunted Mansion and it's
Yeah.
not going to
Right.
be,
We don't have to worry
they're
about
not
rope
running
dropping
for
now.
that. Right.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to pick a truth. I don't even remember what I picked last time. Might have been a truth. I don't know. Somebody's keeping score at home. All right. Here you go. Round to read it for me.
What's one Disney habit the other person has that secretly drives you a little crazy?
Oh, a habit?
A Disney habit. What's one Disney habit that the other person
That
has?
you,
that's
a habit that you,
secretly.
okay. This, you are not allowed to get offended. It's not a habit. Now, well, maybe it is a habit. You can't be offended. Are you giving me that? And I'm only saying, I'll give my explanation. So you settle down. Already.
Oh goodness.
There is, there's a story you tell. There's something that you say that I know when it's coming. Every single time. And it is your story about when you it usually comes up because we're wearing Be Nice to Cast Members hats. There's a story you love to tell. I see it a mile away about how people go up to cast members and ask them to turn the rain off or whatever it may be. I know the story's coming. I know when it's coming. and every time you hit that story, right? And verbatim, I could recite it for you. I won't. The only reason it bothers me is because I do not believe that ever occurred in any place, time, or history within the Disney parks.
Okay.
It is all. It's the only thing I'm saying. I think it's a wonderful, wonderful example of the way that people can treat cast members. And so I think it is a good one, except that if anybody ever literally went up to a cast member and said, "Hey, I'm done with the rain. I would like for you to turn it off," I think that person should be removed from property immediately for being too stupid to be a human being.
I would put, my mama taught me, don't ever bet unless you know you're going to win.
Okay.
I would put money
all right, and
that it is correct.
I would put money that it is not.
All right. So if
we have
anybody,
a lot of cast members that listen.
Please set
let
the
us know.
Record straight.
And
I will note to self, stop telling that story.
But I still think it's a good example is the thing. It is a good example because it does show that people, I think it's a good example of saying how ridiculous it is that somebody would ask that of a cast member. I don't believe it ever actually happened in the history. I think if you at least had the intelligence enough to put your shoes on in the morning, which you would be wearing shoes inside of a theme park to talk to a cast member, then there's no way you're dumb enough to think that Disney controls the weather within their parks. And then, even if you thought that you really thought that's how dumb you are, right? Maybe your right foot is on the left, your right shoe is on the left foot and your left shoe is on the right foot, right? And they're not even tied, right? Because you just don't know how. You can't comprehend that, right? As an adult who has their family, everything there, right? You've planned a whole Disney trip, whatever. You had enough sense to even use Amy with MEI Travel to book your trip. You made it to Disney by the grace of God somehow. And you walk up to a cast member and say, "Hey, you know what? I'm kind of done with the rain. Would you turn it off?" Okay. Here's a couple things I want to lay out. One, Why would Disney ever turn the rain on?
Yeah.
Okay. Number 1, why would they ever turn it on?
Okay.
2, why would you think that only your opinion on whether rain is on or off matters? Why would you think so much that, hey, I have all the authority to tell them to turn it off? That's why I don't think the story is true. I do think it's a good example, though, to show how careless people are in their interactions and the way that they treat cast members. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Okay. All right. Are we done with that one? You don't get to answer for me. Only I get to answer. So do you have an answer for me? What's a Disney habit that I do?
No.
I'm sure you have a
sure.
long list that you just can't think of right now. If one pops up, I would love to know it. But please keep telling the story.
Nope.
I will continue to stand in the background going, there's no way somebody's so stupid that they said that. Because I just smile and nod and I support you in everything that you do because you're my wife and I love you very much.
Okay.
Truth or dare, Rhonda?
Truth, I guess now.
All right. So pick a truth. I know the questions, obviously. I didn't think that one was going to come up. So, all right. What's one thing you miss most from old Disney? So we'll talk old theme parks, whether it was, just old Disney World, like whether it was.
I'm going to say the sky buckets.
Really? Because
I don't remember them much, but I have a picture of me getting off one.
I know.
It's super freaking
That is
cool.
crazy. And now when you look at
It's
it, you're
amazing.
like, it looks like death in the air.
Oh, it reminds me of the monorail over in Disneyland.
Yeah, you get on.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Like, they are so small. My daddy's a very small man, and even with the picture next to him,
like a giant.
He kind of does. Like, he doesn't look that small. So
yeah.
those sky buckets were really tiny.
Yeah.
I think.
Why would you bring that back? Like old Disney can be free magic bands. It can be free fast pass. You know what I mean?
I thought that was really cool.
Be any ride.
That was old, and that was, I don't know.
That'd be pretty awesome to have a modified, newer, safer version of it in Magic Kingdom. I mean, with how much we love the People Mover. Imagine the opportunity to get in something like those sky buckets or a Skyliner.
Yeah, I think that's cool.
And go from Tomorrowland to Frontierland.
Yeah, I think it's super cool.
That would be awesome. That would be really, really cool. All right, I'm going to pick a dare. Please don't be scorpions. Please don't be scorpions. Here you go. All right, here's Jeremy's dare.
Oh, this is tiny.
It's a short one.
Skip one park forever. Go.
Oh. That's the hardest question in the world. I will answer it. I don't have to do it immediately. What do you
mean you don't have to do it immediately?
I got to think of what's coming. Right? There's no chance. First of all, even without what's coming, I'm not picking Magic Kingdom. Right?
Right.
With what's coming and what's already there, I'm super excited for Tropical Americas.
Right. So would you pick Epcot?
To be honest, I would probably pick Epcot because Epcot.
So no festivals ever again.
I know. I guess not because I'm not gonna. I don't know, man. I'm really. I'm so excited for this hanging door coaster. But overall, right now, I would say Hollywood Studios is my least favorite park at this moment. The only reason I lean towards Epcot is because, as we know it, Epcot is done for right now.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Epcot, in theory, is the only complete park.
Okay.
Whether you feel it's complete or not is another thing.
Right.
I know we didn't get all of the things we were promised.
Right.
Coming out of COVID and all, but Epcot is done. We have nothing to look forward to there in theory.
Okay.
And I love the festivals. They're getting a little old.
Wow.
I think. Especially food and wine. I get least excited for food and wine now.
Wow.
There's nothing there for me. I miss the cooking demos. I miss Party of the Senses. I miss more that it used to offer.
Wow.
Cosmic Rewind's probably my favorite ride at
Right.
Disney World right now, but at the same time, I could give it up in order for all the new stuff that's coming. I guess Animal Kingdom we'll see once Tropical Americas opens. And this answer may change. Maybe Tropical Americas doesn't do what I hope it's going to do for me. But I have a feeling it is. I think it's going to be amazing. I'm super excited for the food. I'm super excited for the atmosphere.
Right.
I can't wait to have Indiana Jones in there.
And I mean, to be truthful, if you take Epcot out of the festivals and you have all 3 parks and you have all of Disney Springs and the water parks, you've got good food across the property.
Right. And the only reason now, other than I do love Festival of the Arts. I love the atmosphere. I love the go walking around, but you can get art other places. Like the only reason I love the festivals is for the food. And to be honest, even that is just, it's good and I enjoy it and I like trying the new dishes, but there's nothing that's just been blowing my mind lately. So I think I'd have to get rid of that. Now for Hollywood, I'm super excited for the Hanging Door Coaster. I'm not like, head over heels that it's Monstropolis. I think there's other themed lands I'd rather see.
Yeah.
So it's not so much about that. It's about what's going to be in it that I'm more excited about. But yeah, right now I would say I think Hollywood is my least favorite park.
Wow.
We don't go there a lot. And when we do, what is there to do if you're not doing rides? See, that's the thing. For me right now, Hollywood is about rides.
Yeah.
And rides only.
Yeah.
There's not much else for us to do there other than those rides.
Okay.
Where the other 3 parks, I feel more comfortable going to the other 3 parks, not riding a single thing, and still knowing I'm going to have a great time.
Okay.
So, all right. You are up, truth or dare?
Dare.
Dare. Pick from the hat. The illustrious hat. Okay, Rhonda. End your night with fireworks, a ride, or a snack. Pick your closer. And then let me know which one it would be.
Ride, snacks.
You know what? Why don't you pick one of each? Because I think my guess is we would all pick Happily Ever After.
Yes.
But why don't you pick one of each? So you're you're going to end the evening with the night show. What
Haunted
is it?
Mansion.
Ride would be Haunted Mansion. Okay. Obviously, Happily Ever After.
Yep.
You would end the night with Haunted Mansion.
Yep.
What would be the snack within the parks? Any of them. It doesn't just have to be magic that you would end your night with.
Mickey ice cream sandwich, maybe?
Okay. I mean, I'd say it could be the Anna Pour ice cream truck, but you got to get it at like 5:30.
Yeah.
The park closes at 6. You know what I mean? You don't really feel like you're ending the night there.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I'm trying to think what else I would yeah. It depends. It depends. If I was really hungry, maybe spring roll.
Ooh. Sometimes that closes early. It's hard to get at night.
Oh.
All right. I'm going to go. What did I pick last time?
I don't know. You told me
I'm
not
gonna
to.
I'm going to go with I'll go with the truth, I think. I knew we'd lose track here at some point. I'm going to dig to the bottom of the hat and see what we get. All right. Here you go. Hopefully it's not one that might offend you this time.
What's one thing Disney gets absolutely right every time?
For me, and I think us personally, service.
Okay.
I mean,
I had to think.
I understand. Okay, we can bring up the fried chicken incident at at the Trail's End, but other than that, I am hard. I am hard pressed. I am hard pressed to. I mean, I'd have to get so specific. I'd have to say Happily Ever After. It delivers every time, but the service for us is outstanding almost every single time. And I don't want to pick apart one little piece of an entire trip. I want to look at the entire trip. If I look at that entire weekend that we went to Fort Wilderness, that's when we had the kids with us. We were doing the camper rental and all of that. And we didn't have a great situation or interaction there in service at Trail's End with ordering that whole big family fried chicken thing. But when you look at every trip as a whole, the service is amazing. It's perfect. We're going to be not when this comes out anyway, like you said, next week we are going to be on the Disney Destiny.
Yeah.
Right? This will be our third cruise. If I have to pick, even though we've only done 2 cruises, I can already tell you with this cruise coming up being our third, I will come back knowing that the service was perfect.
Yeah.
I just know
Hopefully.
that. Yeah. I mean, but I know that,
right.
We can look at other things. We can look at the didn't love all the Magic food, remember, on the Disney Magic.
Right.
So I couldn't really say food, even though I think Disney Cruise Line, from our experience, does a wonderful job with food.
Right.
Same thing with World. Even if I look back at Disneyland when we went last year, which has been a year.
That's crazy.
That both seems like it seems like that was a decade ago that we went.
Yeah.
I don't know what that says about this past year, but that seems like forever ago. And it's still part of it feels like a dream. Every once in a while I message Lucy and I'm like, remember that time we went to Disneyland? And then she usually follows up with, remember that time we had the worst service ever at STK Steakhouse? I'm like, I do.
That's funny.
But yeah, the service for us, I hear more often now, I feel like people come back and say they had issues with cast members or with service or whatever it may be. And I'm not saying they're not truthful.
Oh, 100%.
But a lot of me does want to say, okay, look at yourself. What part did you have in that?
Started to say that.
What are you expecting?
Right.
What are you, because you have people that expect so much out of Disney World, which I understand. I totally get it, you know. But are you coming back going, we just had such a bad experience with the cast members at Disney World.
Right.
Okay, why?
Right.
Well, it was my daughter's birthday. And she wore a button the whole time and never got anything. Okay, that's not bad experience.
Right, because I'm sure tons of people said happy birthday to her.
But that's not, you expecting something isn't bad experience. Now, you coming back, and here's the other thing. You went for a week, right? Just say. And you had the same fried chicken experience that we did.
Right.
If you come back and say, man, we didn't have good, we had bad service with cast members. Okay, well, what happened? Well, it was one night we tried to get fried chicken, this, and this. Oh, man, yeah, that's too bad. What else? Oh, that was it. I don't believe that anybody has gone to Disney for more than 2 days and had bad enough interactions with cast members that it overshadowed their entire trip.
Yeah.
And if you have, then you need to look at yourself and probably seek therapy.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. All right. It is your choice, truth or dare, Rhonda. She's going for a truth.
Did I do that last time? I don't remember.
You know what, Rhonda? You can't handle the truth.
Okay.
Okay. Which ride is better at night than during the day? Any ride. What are you thinking?
Oh, wow.
Like, it's got to be an outdoor ride, right?
I guess.
Well, like you said, you wanted to you would close a ride with Haunted Mansion.
Yeah.
Why did you pick that for nighttime? And I'm not saying that's your answer, but
Oh, just because it's haunted and it's great.
I love Haunted Mansion. I hate that we missed it when we were there Thursday.
It was a 35-minute wait.
Yeah, that's just too much. It's so sad.
But no, the fact that it was too much was the line
posted at 35,
and the line was so like
they had it going. They had switchbacks set up in the where the Liberty Bell. We used to go in for the Liberty Bell, so that was actually set up as switchbacks, and that was full and just about to come out of there.
So I don't know what they're doing. Like, how do you say it? Like, working on the Haunted Mansion and what they're doing in that. But it was posted at 35, and yes, Jeremy is correct. And that's when I was like, that just is like too much. Like, you're not even undercover. And like, so I was like, nah, I'm good.
All right. So what ride is better at night than it is
better
during the
at
day?
night? I mean, Tron's one that's really cool.
Yeah.
That's definitely really cool.
Can I give you mine? I know it's not my answer, but
sure.
Tower of Terror.
Okay.
When those doors open and you sit there for that split second and you overlook Hollywood Studios all lit up at night, I do love that. I'm trying to give you examples though, because I'm really trying to think of things that make a difference at night,
right?
Versus the day. Big Thunder coming back.
That's true. That would be really
Seven Dwarfs
cool.
Mine Train. I can poo-poo on Seven Dwarfs Mine Train just because I don't think the payoff is worth the wait, but it's pretty good at night.
Yeah, that's true.
It's pretty great at night, especially if you can catch it when Happily Ever After is going on.
I'd probably say Thunder. Big Thunder.
Okay. All right. My turn. See, that was your sixth. That was sixth round starting off. I'm going to pick a dare because I already forgot what I picked last time, but I think it was truth. I'm not very good at keeping up with things. All right. Here you go, Rhonda. Here is my dare for this round.
You get one lightning lane all day. What ride?
Ooh. I got to think rewritability. I want to immediately say Cosmic Rewind.
Blech.
I wrote it 3 times.
Yeah,
back to
you're
back
fine.
to back that one night. And that was during my drinking days. And I tied a few back. And it didn't make me nauseous or sick.
Good for you, man.
Yeah, I gotta say Cosmic Rewind. I really think I mean I'm not gonna write it back to back to back all day long, but I can so imagine spending the day at Epcot during a festival, whatever, and like once an hour being like, let's go ride Cosmic, and going and riding it. You know what I mean? And riding it 5, 6, 7, 8 times in a day over the course of the whole day.
Yeah.
I could easily do that. And again, each time you have a little bit of excitement. What song is it going to be? Like, it's one of my favorite moments is when you hit that backward launch.
Yeah.
And your brain processes, what song am I getting?
Yeah.
Like, I love that moment. So, yeah, that's what I would do. All right. Rhonda, truth, dare.
What'd I do last time?
I think you did truth last time.
I'll do dare.
Switch the hats around. All right.
This
Oh, it's a
looks
long one. I had to go to a second line. All right. Plan a full Epcot day based only on what I would want. How confident are you that you could plan something like that? And you don't have to actually plan out the whole day.
That's
but
super simple.
What would you include for
Blue
a full
October.
Epcot day? Okay, so you're going during then. That's it.
Yeah.
You're not going to do anything else? We're going to get on any rides or anything?
I mean, if you want to.
What are we eating? We don't need to get in line till at least noon, right? So
Right.
that was a pretty good day.
That was fun. But I mean, I other than that, let's take that out.
Like, let's say if you were planning a perfect Epcot day for me, your husband, Jeremy, what are 5 things you would make sure you included?
Well, Cosmic Rewind for sure.
Yep.
Depending, I guess, food, and you love the Tapa place.
Spice Road Table.
Spice Road
Good
Table.
call. I do love Spice Road Table. 3 more. They can be anything. It could be additional rides or foods or a show, just whatever. I mean, what else?
Caramel coochie.
Yep, that's where I'm gonna get dessert. That's for sure.
Good
call.
I would say probably Frozen, another ride.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like that. You got one more.
And probably the 3 Caballeros.
I like it. That would be a good Epcot day. And then Blue October.
Okay.
All right. Okay, my turn. Truth or dare? I'm going to go truth. And dig down in here. Here you go, Rhonda. My truth question.
What's one thing Disney has changed that you'll never agree with?
Ooh. No, that one I almost do. This is so simple, but man, the free magic bands with your resort stay. Like, there's so much more. Like, I could talk about, because it all comes down to money for them.
Yeah.
But that is such a simple thing that I think they can continue to eat that cost for the rest of their life. That makes a huge difference for staying on property.
Yeah.
Look, I can easily say charging for lightning lanes and not having free fast pass.
Right.
But that's a no-brainer that they were going to do that. Mm-hmm. And right now, when I look back, it's insane to me that they gave away fast passes for as long as they did.
Yeah.
When they could have been making money all that time.
Yeah.
Right? And every other park was doing it before Disney did it. They're the last to do that, right?
Correct.
I think free Magical Express was huge. It doesn't affect us, so I'm not going to pick it. But I think there was something about those free magic bands that was huge for people.
Yeah.
And I don't miss it for us because we have so many. But I think about the person who's coming and that's where you really feel like you're nickel and diming. Because remember, for a while, what was it, $10 for a plain band? You started to have to pay, I think, $10. Really, Disney? $10.
Yeah.
You can't continue to give up $10. And remember, that doesn't mean it costs Disney $10 to make them.
Right. And I think they would doing something more like that along those lines, because I think the hardest thing is when it's free, like they were doing so much of, like, they had them and then you're like, well, I don't want them.
It's a ton of waste.
And it was a ton of waste.
Yeah.
So I think something like that, again, $10, that's really cheap. And then it is giving that person like where then it's not any waste. It's supply and demand. It's demand. So if they say, yes, I want this pink sparkly one for $10, then I'm like, yay, I'm excited.
Yeah.
You know, and then like something like for my parents, you know, that are going on the Destiny, like, yes, they would probably do better with a magic band, but they're not going to spend $40 on one, let alone two.
Right. And here's the thing, okay? When you have spent $4,000 on a cruise, I understand $40 doesn't seem like a lot, but it is for a person.
Yeah.
It is not for a company. So what I'm saying is, you know, it is a lot to tell your guests, if you want magic bands, you're going to have to spend $40 a person to get them on this $4,000 cruise.
Right.
It's not for Disney to say, we're going to give you a valued, because here's the thing too, the value to Disney isn't $40. The value to the guest is, because that's what they have to pay out of their pocket.
Right.
So I think just being able to include it, and not.
I mean, that's just like when we went to get your Destiny one. We got you one. I did not, because I'm like, that's a lot of money, and I have one that I'm fine with.
That's when you truly feel like you're being nickel and dime.
Yeah.
And I don't like it. And I don't want the process of booking a trip to be any harder. I don't want Disney's IT to have to take on any more. Lord knows they can barely handle it as is. But you could get rid of that waste if there was a selection process when you book.
Yeah.
So, you know, you don't just automatically awarded one. Because there are a lot of times that we showed up and they're like, here's 4 magic bands. And we're like, oh, we don't need them. I'm so sorry. But instead of just defaulting to that, you have during your check-in process, right? Do you want included magic bands?
Right.
Yes. How many do you want? Do you want one for each person? There's a very short questionnaire so that they don't just automatically show up. And if you choose to bypass them or you don't do it could say it's only available with online check-in. It's only available if you book through.
Yeah.
You know, we're going to use Amy as an example in MEI Travel, but through a Disney, you know, travel company, like all of those types of things, I think you could still do. I miss it. I just think for, you know, again, that average family that's coming from Denver for their first trip ever.
Yeah.
That's something that's really nice to show up
100%.
to on property. And you don't even have to mail them ahead of time.
Right.
You have to go check. You have to go pick them up from the front desk, whatever it may be.
Yep.
If you want a couple hoops, jump people through a couple of hoops. But all right, you were up, Rhonda, truth or dare. And no, I don't remember what you picked last time. That was 4 minutes ago. How do you expect me to remember that?
Rhonda's
going into the dares. And let's see what she got. Okay. You can only visit during one season forever. When?
Halloween.
So
I didn't
fall, even. Yeah, just hold on. Settle down. Settle down. Fall, winter, summer, spring. Right?
Oh.
And we're going by the specific dates. Like
fall.
Okay, so that you can have Halloween. You pick that over winter and Christmas?
Well, remember, winter starts like December.
You do technically get both. You are right, actually. Yeah, if you
that's why I
that's a
picked
great
fall.
reason. Yeah, because of fall, because we are looking at the actual. Okay, then you can only. No, that's a perfect answer, I think.
Because like winter, because winter officially starts like somewhere the 20s.
You get from what? If you pick fall, you get from September to December.
Yeah, I think so.
So that's pretty good. You get Halloween.
Because I get Halloween, I get Christmas.
You tend to get pretty good weather. September obviously can be pretty hot still, but
because I'm not picking winter, because then winter's like sometimes it's really cold in Florida.
It is for us, yeah.
So
yeah, no, I think that's great. I wasn't even thinking about bridging that gap between Halloween and Christmas season. All right, I'm gonna pick a dare. We've got, after this, we got 2 more rounds, and then we are done for this edition of Truth or Dare.
Choose one land and retheme it. What are you changing?
Is this completely hypothetical? Like, so
I don't know. I just read what it said.
Do contracts?
Would you like me to read it again?
Let's say this. Do contracts with other parks down the street matter?
Oh. Did I say this right? Close one land and retheme it.
Yeah.
What are you changing?
This is why I say contracts. Okay, because if the contract doesn't exist for Marvel and East of the Mississippi and Universal and theme parks and all that, I am closing down Tomorrowland and turning it into the Stark Expo.
Okay.
And it's all Marvel themed.
Yeah.
So it can still have that Tomorrowland theme because we're going back.
Right.
Right? We're going back in time to the Stark Expo, looking towards to the future and all, and that's what I would do. And to be honest, if that means that we lost Tron or it had to become something else Marvel related, go for it. Like, I don't care. There's nothing in there that I feel has to be kept for Disney to operate the way that I want it to, if that makes sense, you know?
Yeah.
I'm very excited to do Buzz Lightyear's Space Ranger spin now that they've, it's reopened and they've updated it and the targets and the scoring and the guns. Very excited for that. But I can tell you that without doing it yet, when I step off of it, if Josh D'Amaro was standing outside and was like, Jeremy, how'd you like Buzz? I'd be like, it was great. I love the upgrades. Would you be okay if we now demolish it to the ground and build something Marvel themed? I'd be like, yeah, go for it. Right. Immediately. Like, give me a shovel and a sledgehammer. I'm at it. So yeah, that's easy. Nothing else even comes up. So
okay.
That's mine. All right. We're going in. We got 2 more left. I dropped all my stuff on the ground. All right. Truth or dare, Rhonda? Which way are you going?
Well, I'll take that truth that just fell out.
I was shaking the hats to make it more fun, but you can't see that, so it doesn't matter as a listener. All right. What's something the other person prioritizes in the parks that you completely disagree with? What do I prioritize in the parks that you completely disagree with? That's a fun one.
Blue October.
Oh, you're cutting deep. That hurts.
I'm
that hurts
just
right
kidding.
here in the heart. No, you totally could. I prioritize that every year in all 6 shows.
Yes,
so I
you
totally
do.
get
And
it.
that
But let's go with maybe a year-round thing.
is a little rough. But this last year, because of all the people, was so much better. And now I think because of all the people, it will be better every year.
Of course. Yeah.
But prior, I will say that was
I know you hated
annoying.
it. And I appreciate that you would still put up with me and go along.
Again,
as I said before, you're a wonderful, wonderful woman and wife.
Yeah, I am.
Who has wonderful stories that you like to tell people about domes.
Okay.
So, what else do I prioritize? I mean, now that I don't drink, I would say that's off the table. I definitely prioritize.
Yeah,
that
I started to say that was always hard. That you always prioritize that for sure.
Yeah.
Now, I hate to say it, but there isn't really anything that I don't like.
You shouldn't hate to say that. You should be thankful to say that.
No, I know.
Man, I really wish there was something you did that I hated.
I mean, but there's not.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like you're like, all right, now that I don't drink, we're getting up at this time. We're
Right.
doing this. We're doing that. It's neat because sometimes you are just like, whatever. We'll see what happens. I mean, a lot of times I'm like, what do we need to do? Do we need to work? We need to work. Yeah. Like what?
So
like,
so this is kind of going the opposite way, but are there times, because I am much more chill and laid back now.
Yeah, you are.
I really am. Are there times now where you're like, okay, I kind of miss when we had
No.
set plans and things to do and you knew what was coming? Whereas now, some mornings you wake up and you're like, what are we doing? I'm like, I don't know. Like, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, do you miss ever when I would say this, and this? I've got.
Only because sometimes then I have to decide. You'll be like, when do you decide today? And I'm like, oh
You
God,
do hate that,
I
don't
don't like that because I don't know. I'm just not used to it.
And it used to be me. And it was very much, I decided everything.
Yeah,
and now
you did.
I will be like, where do you want to eat? And you're like, I don't want to choose. And I'm like, no.
Like this
all up to
morning, you were very, and I'm like, I don't think I want to decide. And then I finally did
about
decide.
coffee.
Yeah. But yeah.
No,
there's,
okay.
yeah.
All right. I think it's a great one. All right. Truth or dare for me. I'm going to pick a truth. And here you go, Rhonda. Ask me my truth.
Who is better at maximizing value on a Disney trip and who wastes more money?
I'll go to the second part. We have gotten better, but neither one of us is great at not spending money.
Oh, yeah.
But I do think we have gotten much better.
You've gotten we have both gotten way better.
I mean, there are a lot of times.
I feel like you started it.
There are a lot of times now where I'm like, Rhonda, like, you don't need to buy that merchandise thing, or let's wait.
Right.
And then it used to be, though, when I wanted something, I got it.
Yeah.
And now there are so many times where I'll just be like, you know what? I really like that Spirit jersey, but it might end up
show
at the character
character
warehouse. And if it does, I'll get it. If not, then it wasn't meant to be. So yeah, I think we have both gotten better at our spending, but we're pretty equal. I wouldn't say either one of us was ever worse than the other, because even if you used to spend a lot more money on just say merchandising or things like that, I was spending a lot more money on alcohol and popcorn buckets. So and sipper. How many popcorn buckets have I bought in the last year, Rhonda?
Thank God.
Maybe 1 or 2.
Yeah.
So like I don't feel the need as much anymore.
Thank God.
As far as getting the most value, I would probably say me. And I say that because I do a lot of the planning and the booking, and I do look at those dollar amounts.
Oh yeah.
You know, so or I know how much we're doing
Right.
in the next 3 months. So I might know in my head, if I'm just saying to you like, hey, we're going next weekend. Would you rather stay at All-Star or Coronado? You might just be like, well, let's stay at Coronado. And I'm like, well, in my mind, I'm thinking, but we're also going 3 weeks later, and then we're going down for the day.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, and a lot of times if you do, I'm like, well, what's cheaper? Because then I'll be that's fine. We can go. Because as long as we're on property, I'm fine with it.
Yeah. So I don't even know if I answered the question properly.
I don't either, and I threw it away. So
you did. Well, it was who gets more value out of it? Like who's better at the value? Like who's, and I honestly, we're pretty equal. I mean, we are pretty equal. Like we have those discussions and we talk about what it is. Like I'm not gonna go just book a place without at least running it by you first most of the time. Sometimes I do, and then I put it on the calendar because I know that things are busy, and if I ask you, you might say no. So I just book it and I put it on the calendar, and then later you'll be like, we're going to Disney next weekend? And I'm like, yeah, it's on the calendar. So it's my little trick. All right, one more round. Rhonda, truth or dare, last round. Make it a good one.
Did I start out with a truth? I guess I'll end
clue.
with a truth.
Again, that was 45 minutes ago. All right, Rhonda's last question. What's the biggest waste of money at Disney World? Oh, that's a good one.
Oh, the biggest waste of money?
Biggest waste of money. Oh, you can't say STK Steakhouse.
Oh, no.
Oh, man. That's a really good one.
Is it wrong to say the balloons?
I don't think it's wrong at all. I mean, how much are those balloons?
$30.
Are they really about $30?
I believe so. The last time I bought one,
yeah,
it was like $28 to $30. So, now it might be 32 or something.
I agree. That is a huge waste of money.
I mean, it does its job. I feel like when you have a stroller and you tie your balloon to it and things like that. But then, like, do you keep it tied to your stroller every single day you're there?
Right.
Like, do you bring it? Then do you take it home and then you forget it? I mean, there's just...
Can't take them into Animal Kingdom.
Oh, you can't?
No, you can't have balloons in Animal Kingdom. Animals will eat them and die.
I never realized that or even thought about it. So if you're park hopping, you cannot take that in?
I don't believe you can take it in. I think they will hold it for you. I know you can't purchase them in Animal Kingdom.
Right, I know that.
I'm
right,
pretty
we're
sure
right.
you cannot take them into Animal Kingdom because of
wow.
that. Like, here's my thing. I think that it's one of those where $30 are so much better spent elsewhere because I feel like balloons are a... your kid says, I want a balloon, and you get him one. It's never been thought out, right?
Right.
Like, a kid isn't at home like, man, I cannot wait to get to Disney World and get a balloon.
Yeah.
That's all I've been thinking about is those balloons, right? You can get them deflated, right? You can take them home. In my opinion, that's one of the dumbest souvenirs on the planet.
Oh, is that like what people do as a
You get
souvenir?
them I'm pretty sure that at the Disney store in MCO, they will even deflate them for you so that you can fold them up, whatever, take them home. That's dumb. Sorry, it is. And Net's looking around an office with a lot of dumb souvenirs that I have purchased or brought home over the years. But I can tell you right now, I don't think there's a $30 souvenir in this office that is dumber, in my opinion, than a balloon. I'm sorry.
Well, my sweet mommy,
your mom saves balloons.
she did when I graduated and when I went through stuff that my mom gave me back, that I literally had a box of things that I looked at and then trashed, looked at trash. And one was my high school graduation balloon, basically. That was like she deflated / and she got all the air out and then folded it up and put it, and it was like class of,
a long time
ago.
Yeah.
In the 1990s.
But here's the thing. Like, I get if you were to take it and put it, like you're a scrapbooker or you do have some, you have something where you are going to put it to a use. I just think having a bunch of folded up, deflated balloons.
Balloon.
I know. That's what I'm saying. So it's not easy to do that.
I mean,
here's what would be better is here's a better idea, because they will allow you. Now, they're not going to let you hold the balloons because you might get an up situation. But no, they're not going to let you hold the balloons. But how many times have we seen the cast members where they let you pose with the balloons?
Yeah, that's cute.
And they literally hide behind you, so it looks like you're holding, like, a photo of that is a lot better than dropping $30 on one of these balloons.
Yeah, I agree.
And so I don't think it's worth it at all.
Yeah.
I agree with you. That would go at top of my list. All right, one more for me. I'll go with the truth. And here you go, Rhonda. Last truth question. And maybe we'll hold on to these if we, I don't know if there is a reason. I'm going to go make a scarecrow out of them.
Okay. What is your biggest Disney regret? Trip, planning, or experience?
Biggest Disney regret, trip, planning, or experience. I don't know.
I'm like, that's a sad one to end on.
I know. You can say something. We'll do a bonus one after this, making we're happy. Because I would go back to my drinking days, and I came back. I drove back many trips with many regrets.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of them. In certain situations, areas where, and they weren't so much of something bad happening as it was just me not being able to come home with the full presence and memory that I would have liked during those trips. So there is a whole slew of those. You can read about a couple of them in my book. Out now. It's still loudnowclear.com.
Yep.
One of my biggest would be, I think it was April of 2023, Blue October. Was not a good evening for us. And yeah, that would definitely be one of them. But as far as you look at things like experiences, we can look and go, oh man, we spent this money on Monsieur Paul that time and had a bad experience. Or we spent the money on STK Steakhouse and had a bad experience.
Or Caring for Giants.
But we didn't spend any money on that. That was a planning. That was a planning faux pas. And that was Relax Chill Jeremy. We saw that Relax Chill Jeremy, who doesn't check the time of something every 5 minutes the day of, doesn't always work out. But those, I don't look at any of those experiences as bad.
Right.
Or wasted money, because you don't know unless you do them.
Yeah.
I'm not going to, sure, you can maybe come out of that Monsieur Paul experience that we hadn't been like, I kind of wish we hadn't spent $200, but how often do we even look back on that and laugh or bring it up or whatever? It was an experience we need to have to know that it wasn't great. And so I don't really look at those, but yeah, the other stuff, some of the planning, the Caring for Giants and missing that, but same thing. I mean, the planning, things don't always go right when they plan. I used to plan every single detail of every day, and something is going to go wrong every time. Yeah. But that's just part of life and part of the process.
Correct.
So one bonus, we'll both, I'll let you pick it from, you know what?
We'll do dare.
I'm going to do the hats together. So
oh my goodness.
A truth or a dare. I'm going to mix them all up, put them in this little hat, and then you pick one out, and we both will get to answer it. That way we can end on hopefully a high note. All right. I'll read it out and let you go first. Bring back one retired show or parade. What is it?
Electrical.
Instead of Star, you would take that over Starlight. I mean,
I wouldn't take it both. Over.
Would you wish you could have the electrical parade back?
I think so.
Hey, yeah, I love that.
Oh, no. I'm sorry. I take it back.
Okay.
Not that, because Starlight, let's keep Starlight.
Okay.
Osborne Lights.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. If I'm
over
not
Hollywood.
Yeah, if I'm not going to pick the same one as you, I loved Lights Motor Action.
Yeah.
So much. It was so fun. I think it's one of those that I could go and I could do every single time. Yeah. That would get me where, I said earlier, like, I think right now Hollywood's kind of my least favorite park.
That would get
I could be at any other park and we could be like, because I'll be honest, now that we don't drink, there are a lot of times where we're like, what do we do?
Right.
And I would be like, let's go see Lights, Motor, Action.
Yeah.
I don't care where we are. I would do that.
Okay.
So, well, that was fun.
That was.
Well, let us know if you like this.
Let us know.
What we can do in the future with a little more planning is we'll do like a resorts episode. We can do a food episode, and we can have you guys submit some of the truths and some of the dares that we can throw into this whole pile.
Okay.
So if you like that, make sure you hit us up at Maine ST Magic on all of the social channels. Of course, if you want to hear all about our trip on the Disney Destiny, you want to hit subscribe and get brand new episodes every single Tuesday and Friday. Finally, both Rhonda and I would be very thankful if you could please leave us a rating and review.
Because it helps our show grow.
That's all we've got, and we'll see you real soon.
Jeremy and Rhonda are more than a little fond of Disney World, so they made this podcast to share it all with you. Reports and resorts, top 10 lists of all sorts, Main Street Magic's bringing it home for you.